want to talk a little bit about Delaware Statutory Trusts. So my mom and a couple of her siblings own some property and income property, and which they inherited from my grandparents. And my uncle has been managing it for several years, and he's getting into his 70s now, so he's looking to retire. And a financial broker dealer that he has worked with has suggested to them that they move their money into these Delaware Statutory Trusts. So they set up a meeting, and my mom asked me to go on her behalf. So I went and didn't know what a Delaware Statutory Trust was really before I looked it up on Wikipedia right before I went to the meeting. But basically what it is it's a trust that's formed so that small investors can invest in large institutional quality, professionally managed property. So big commercial properties, and you can kind of buy your portion of them. The key thing about the Delaware Trust is that it offers the owners of these properties to be eligible for 1031 exchange. So for somebody who has income property, the 1031 exchange is really important to them because it enables them to sell a building and buy a new building, and under certain conditions they can defer the capital gains taxes, so they don't have to pay the capital gains taxes, and essentially they could do that in perpetuity and never have to pay capital gains tax. Well, these Delaware Statutory Trusts generally will allow people to be eligible for a 1031 exchange as well and defer those capital gains taxes, which is why we're kind of being pitched that option. And I went to that meeting. They gave us a lot of brochures, and they gave us one of these, which is over 130 pages of fine print, which is what they call a private placement memorandum that talks about one particular Delaware Statutory Trust. So there are lots of them, and each company that manages them can offer them different trusts. And so one of the things is that I think they don't really expect people to read these, but I read it cover to cover, and there are a lot of interesting things in there that I think people need to understand. So I'm going to do a few more videos and explain how these things work according to what I read in there. Okay?